What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. It is 7:15. I am 15 minutes late for my own stream. Well, that happens sometimes. It's been actually a pretty rough day. My car didn't start this morning. I thought something terrible had happened to it, but it turns out that yesterday, Easter, because I went shopping yesterday, I left my door open on my passenger side, or just cracked barely, and it drained my battery, and it just barely killed the car so it would not turn over. So I jump started today. I ran it for a little bit, drove it around, drove it home, turned it off, started it again. It works. So we're in good shape for the rest of the week. I need to do some minor maintenance, maybe get a new battery, check a few things, but for now we're up and running again. But I had to do that and troubleshoot that today, so it's been quite a day. But here we are to do another day of arting, and I'm really far behind, but that's okay, because we're gonna catch right up, and then we're gonna just keep going. So that's the plan. Just as long as we keep making things, we'll be fine. I'll just catch up on the way. Seems to be the way I like to do things, is to stare at things forever and then touch them up as we go. So we're just going to keep doing them, and I'm going to try to keep posting them on my walls, and then they get drawn on, because I like drawing on the walls. So it's a win-win situation for me. When my walls stay normal, I get to draw on everything like I normally do, like everything. My desk right now is like the cleanest thing in my room. Everything else has writing all over it. So, yeah, that's super uninteresting. Let's figure out what we're doing today. We do need to pick our... We need to pick... Why is it so fuzzy? I guess it's okay. We need to pick our new topic for this week, which we'll do at 8 o'clock, so we got like 42 minutes. But what I really would like to do is get this tiger transferred and over onto the canvas. And to do that, I'm going to need to try a couple of different techniques, but we're going to do some tests, and then we're going to move on from there. So let's jump into the studio, because we know what we're doing in the studio, the black hole of the studio. How many times are we going to see the OES webcam browser? Probably a million. Every time we do this show. Here's our Bob Ross tree painting that we did the other day. Meh. Okay. Try another one. This one was amateur time. I was trying to like keep up with him without the sound. It's terrible. But before we get monologuing, let's do this. Now, I have a couple different ideas. My first idea really is I want to put one more piece of tracing paper down and create a basically a carbon sheet for it, but using, I don't know what to use. I have pastels here. This is a brand new box of pastels that was handed down to me somewhere in the game. I believe there is a white crayon in here. There's another one. I don't think this is the way to transfer it, to be honest. And then I have a colored pencil, a barrel colored pencil, which is over here. I thought I had a barrel colored pencil. My little survival kit for, which I actually would like to turn this into my survival kit. This used to be my old school survival kit. During COVID, I was making art videos for our students So I was making art videos for our students so that they can follow along at home. And I basically took what they had and only what they had, so it was like a fair representation of what they could do with their materials. And I made 30 art lessons in a year. It was a lot of work, a lot of extra work. You know, that happened. But no one gets rewarded for doing extra work. So, the white color pencil, I do know this will work. I do need to fix it though. It is in some rough shape. Today I was sharpening it with a pair of scissors, so that wasn't working well. I do have a shavings, there it is, cup, which I never make any of the shavings into. Here we go. I didn't do a terrible job. I do need to get this back piece off. But I want to see if the pastel works, because this is going to take forever. Like you saw in the last one when I did it. It took me a long time. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple tests. And we're going to surgically remove this white pastel. Think anyone will know? Who's gonna know, right? Oh man, this thing is greasy. It's like a hardcore crayon, and this is kind of what I want, and that's why I'm thinking of making a sheet of this so that I have it. Where's my tracing paper? There it is. If I made a white sheet, completely white sheet, then I can use it as a carbon print. But let's do some tests before we jump right in and go head over heels and like make something that may not be useful in the future. This may not work, so let's not get all crazy about it. But it would be nice to have something that would transfer onto like colored canvas, right? So this is a purple canvas that I've been working on. It should have more paint on it than it does currently, but it does not. Things happen, and we start over. So here we are. But look, we can add pastels to our game. So this next upcoming adventure will be quite fun if we do move out of painting. Oh yeah, that's what we're supposed to do. So let me write that list down while we're here and working in that direction. I wonder if this company's still around. Impact. When I used to live in San Diego, I went to, what did I go to? A government sourced like small business marketers convention. It was like some crazy business convention. It's pretty cool. Anyways, Impact Marketing and Design was there. It says Be the Hero. I like these. They're fun. Bless me. So, I don't have watercolor paper, so we're not doing watercolor, but I do have big paper, so we can use our, we're going to use our pastels. We can use alcohol markers. can use, so that can go, these will just go on to, so this part of the game, if we do roll these, it will build this, and this will tell me it can either be on, it'll be on what size paper, so we'll roll dice for paper size, since we can't do it on wood or canvas, right? So first we kind of have to roll for the material. And then we can go paint. Or we can do paint and paint pens all kind of go together. So if we get paint, this is going to move to roll for skateboard or canvas. Right? So kind of constructing what we need to do. Which is kind of easy, right? Roll for the 3, then roll for the 2. So pastels, alcohol, markers, paint. Have I been working with anything else? Not really. Like I Poshka and I paint all at the same time. No, I could really make a fine line between that. So no more mixed medium. That way there's 4, but 4 doesn't make for happy friends. I do have my 4-sided dice, don't I? I got the 4-sided dice if we really want to do it though. So it doesn't matter. Okay, well that's besides the point right now. That kind of gives us a look into the future of what we're going to be doing later in the stream. But yeah, keep that in mind. We're going in that direction. The mouse is in the way. Everything's in the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some testing. I'm going to take a small piece of tracing paper because I have some tracing paper left over, and we're going to draw on it first with, here we go. We'll do it all professional like the way real artists do things. So they draw a line and then a box and then a box and a box, and then they draw a box and a box, a box, a box. And then they draw another box with a box with a box with a box, and then they label one pastel. And they label another one Prisma. And then they label another one, what was the other? Am I going to try the Crayola? I don't think it's going to work. For the sake of practice, we're going to try the Crayola. Okay, now, there we go, zoom in, here we go. Crayola. Now, I'm going to color this really white. So, my idea was to make my own like transfer paper and put, and this just might be enough, you know. My fear with using the white and having the wax base is that it may disrupt our painting on the other side, like when we start painting it. I have the same fear with but I guess these Prismacolors are very waxy too. I don't want to sit here and color a whole page white with a Prismacolor, to be honest. It wasn't so bad there. It goes on pretty smoothly. Okay, and then our last but not least, we're going to take our Reeves white pastel. Oh man, like butter. Like butter. I should try chalk, but Last time I tried chalk, that didn't work. I don't think my chalk's chalky enough. It's like chalkboard chalk, and that just doesn't seem to work. Okay, there's my buttery little 3 squares. All done. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our canvas. We're going to need to get our little ghetto set up here. And I guess that means we're in just in time for the wonderful world of Disney and all their 1991 knowledge. Right? That's what we're working on. The Book of 91. Yeah, here we are. Book of 91. February 11th. Nelson Mandela, the South African black nationalist leader who spent 27 years in jail for his efforts to end white minority rule in his country, was freed. During his years in prison, Mandela had helped focus worldwide attention on the struggle for racial equality in South Africa. Free at last, the 71-year-old Mandela faced a difficult task to work with both blacks and white leaders to find a solution to the racial strife that has long divided South Africa. Interesting. There you go. February 11th knowledge. Okay. Before this gets ruined, I'm going to put this down on the floor, because that's just getting in the way. And the tracing paper I'm not ready for yet, but I want you at some point. Here we go. This I need. So my idea is I'm going to take my canvas, Exhibit A. Exhibit A, right? There we go, canvas. We put a little bit of a backing in there, and I put it underneath the book, so I got it, right? There we go. And since I wrote the words on it, I know which side's which, so that makes that nice. Alright, now, let's say I wanted to, we're just going to draw a little heart on the bottom so we can test all 3. So we're going to use our pencil like we would normally do, and here we have our green pencil. So we're going to just draw a heart, 1 in each one. It's not going to matter later because they're all going to get painted over in this area, so I'm just doing this. It's a quick test. Okay, so to be fair, the pastel like killed it. Right, there's our pastel. Oh, I'm going to have to push this so far up it's going to knock everything off my desk. I shouldn't have done it so low. So here we go. Since when I flipped it this way, I flipped it back over. The Crayola is non-existent right here. You can see like a tiny speck from it. Here's our Crayola. Our Prismacolor does work, but our pastel really, really works. It really just leaves a decent amount of color there. So, okay, so what's my next step? I could either make myself a full page of white, so I always have something to trace, making my reason to have to, so right now I've only drawn half of our face, but technically I only have to draw half because it's symmetrical. So what I would really like to do is but I do need to draw the rest of this face in. Okay. Because the other half is different. Okay, never mind. I can't do that. I need to draw the other half of this face in. But that's okay. I'm going to show you a quick trick that I'm going to do to save some time. And so I don't have to draw it from the reference picture. I can just double it up. But my plan is to do half of his head skull. So I really want to fix this. Okay, so I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to, just because I can't work with it with two pieces. It's driving me mad. It keeps getting hooked, or I just need to tape it much better, but I don't think I need to do that. I think I need to detach, and deal with them separately. Whew. There we go. Okay. Perfect. We're going to set that aside for now. We're going to work mainly on the lower face. We will come back to the upper face, but not at this second. So I need to draw it through across this axis. And this might be a terrible, terrible battle today. But we're going to try not to make it that. We're going to try to make it as easy as possible. Now, I can't see that through my my paper. So that's a big giant bummer. But what I can do is I can do a trick. And I used to have a trick down, but now I don't have it. So I'll have to do something real quick. Oh, I know what I'll do. Here we go. So I'm just going to open up Procreate, really. And I'm going to use Procreate to help me draw this now. In order to help us really get down to work, we want to limit our light. Sorry guys, it's so dark in here now. Come on. We're going to turn up our brightness. Oops. Procreate. All right. We're working on things. I like the look of the Visual Studio though. Will you please plug in? Thank you. All right. So this is going to work as a great tracing table. Just going to kind of go for it and follow our path. And this will help me just like, oh no. That's the only problem, is sometimes our screen goes crazy. I was hoping that maybe two pieces of paper would have done the trick, but it did not. that mood lighting is fantastic. And you guys can't even see it. There we go. Someone's just got to remind me. I don't know what's really important and what's not important, but we're just gonna trace some friends just so that we're pretty symmetrical, you know? We don't have to guess. It's easier not having to guess. And I'm going to have to actually guess on this whole next section right here, because I'm going to have to try to run the anatomy of this animal through. I don't know what I'm going to do. I really overestimate my skills at doing things constantly. Oh, that's not what I want. Man. Okay, so here, here. Nope, stay. Okay, so I think that's good enough on the tracing game, although here's one of our stripes that we could just easily put in and match it. But I don't think there's going to be any face roll features here, so that's a whole different problem. Okay, cool. I don't quite know what this is, but I'll figure it out in a second. Whoop. And real quick, we can like pop the light on. Oh, I didn't do that all on this side, which is fine. I kind of need that anyways. Okay, good, perfect. That's what we need, that's what we like, that's what we like to see. While we're here, I'm just going to quickly do the same thing to this one. I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm folding it backwards on itself. This is why I had to use the light box, because normally you'd be able to see through it. But I'm just using my iPad. You can use your phone. You can use whatever you want. You can use a window. It's just like making things. I hope my audio is better today. Well, it may not be. Should be. I'm trying to work on it. There, I'll put that back together. I was filming some narrative, so every time I film narrative, it seems to get lost in the shuffle. I don't know what this is, but we're gonna put it in there anyways. There we go. Perfect. Boom, 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 boom. And we get a much more simplified version of what we had. All right, cool. Now, zooming back out. Now, what's our next step? Our transfer process. Here's what I think should happen. I should make a half sheet of traceable white. And then I can put the half sheet underneath. I still have a bit of drawing to do though, so we're not even to that step. And this is why it takes me so long to make things. Because there's so many steps. Okay, but while we're doing this, oh man. Whoops. I drew on my iPad a little bit like in real life. Uh-oh. That's okay. We're not worried. This thing is old. But I am worried because this is all I got. So, although it's old, I'm a little worried. Alright. What's my next game plan? I have this. We've done our test. We know what we should be doing. We have our ears. We need to do a little bit of research. So, in order to do that, we got to do the Google. Google. And I need to get a drink of water too. Tiger skull front view. VIEW. Search. This one's mouth open, but we don't have mouth open. It's more like this. This is what we're looking at. I want to zoom in. Why would you want a 10-pack of those pictures? That's going to be hard to draw in. Sorry, I'm being selfish. Museum of Zoology, Cambridge. Spots a difference. These beautiful skulls both belong to tigers, an adult and a cub. We can see big changes in the shape of the skulls as the animals grow, as well as get some pretty enormous teeth. Okay. So this is kind of the one that we're looking at. If I was going to draw a skull, which is what I really want to do, is I want to draw the skull structure of this animal. We're going to do a big heart-shaped nose here, right? It's a big hole pretty much to here. And this bone comes down, comes together. But we have like, and this comes back up, right? So you would be able to see a tooth right there, wouldn't you? And then from down here, a big old tooth comes up. Into the face. So what I need to do, this might be a terrible mistake, and I might waste the next hour trying to pull this off, but we'll just see how it goes. Okay, so the jaw is still this, right? So we have 1, 2, 3 regular teeth, and then this big giant tooth that comes up and goes over right next to our centerpiece that goes here. So if we were drawing the skull, here's what we're looking at. And then like right here there's like an eyebrow. It goes up like this. And then it goes around, hooks down, hooks back around, comes out here. Where there's another tooth. Where do these teeth go? This tooth must start. Starts at the bottom of the nose. It goes down to the bottom of the chin. But it's behind. What the heck? Then like this goes this way, and then this comes down with the second swoop. It goes up to the peak, goes out here, takes a sharp corner, and it comes down to the tooth, which is enormous. It's huge. It's way oversized. These are flat teeth. They meet up weirdly with our other teeth. Maybe I can move this up a little bit less of a hole. Because we're looking like a little bit more down the front of his head. Sorry, this part always takes me a little bit to kind of try to figure out how the skeleton fits back inside the animal. It's kind of fun though. A little bit of like, you kind of really get to see how these animals and why they have their shape. So it's pretty interesting to do these, and I kind of like doing the skull part of it. This would just go into that. So like this front piece would go, and it goes up and over, and then makes its way this way. But this comes forward, and this goes back. Till we come to this little eyebrow patch which dips down, comes here, dips here, and then you get like a corner off. It's almost 8 o'clock. We've got nothing done. Still working on trying to like meld this eye socket in. I have to take the stripes out because they're not going to be important in this part of the process. I don't need the lines anymore because those are part of, the grid, so if I start destroying the grid, I'll be okay. So here's our first tooth that goes up. And this is our tooth that comes down. Because this part, which is fading, this part is another line that goes shh, and then there's a hole right here. That's really right underneath the bottom of this crescent. So something like right here. So may not, it looks pretty good size. Well, not really, not that big, smaller. There's like even like a ring on this weird thing. And there's like a split down the center. It looks like some holes there in this skull, but we're not going to draw that. And this needs to come out, and there's like a little bit of shading underneath this ridge because this comes up and meets up here, and this comes up and meets up there, and this one comes down. It's like there's a piece behind it that's like back there. And then let's clean this up a little bit. Like seriously spend almost all my time trying to create an idea, and then trying to execute that idea is quite difficult. It's like always where I struggle. Execution. So since it doesn't have any skin on it, we're going to bring it in a little bit. Is it kind of like a little bump right here? We're gonna bring it. Should we bring it in a little bit? We should bring it in a little bit. There we go, that's better. Doesn't look so rough. And this one, like the curve, is at a downward angle. So now, like, the hard part is to try to figure out, oh man, does that look awful, or am I just, I can't really see. Okay. So like this line goes past and then just fades. Just kind of fades out because it turns into that bone, which is all one. Which as that fades out, we have this here. And this goes back up and it like kind of hooks around here. But this is all like the top of the head, really. There's like a different type of skull there. And then we have our eye, which I think we should keep. I like that. And we have our hole in our cheekbone. And the rest of it's just fur. So we can just accent the fur. Maybe put in this one. But that's pretty much all the skull. Put that piece of skull right here if I want. For just a little bit more. But in reality, that's it. Okay, cool. Kind of, I think, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it looks like. Let's take off this eyebrow here and this white color. What's the worst that could happen? Let's jump back into the studio and let's take a look at what we've done. See the issue, the problems that we're having. I need to go to my desktop studio. Is that going to be okay? How am I going to counter that with the rest? I'm going to need to put in some pretty decent detail. I feel like I need muscle structure now in order to like bring it home. Take away that part. Bring in the fur to back it up to all the way to the end. I think it'll work out okay. Alright. And if it doesn't, well, then it just doesn't. I think I need to put the teeth over here though as well, but they're just hidden. Right, like they gotta be, well, this one's gotta come down. That thing comes in like pretty close. And then goes down almost to the bottom. Right? And then goes back up into the face. Then I need to give these lips some shape where they would hold some teeth, you know? I will put that tooth in. But like, okay, this will bump out a little bit more because we're looking down at it. No? I don't know. Bump up? I don't think it bumps up, does it? Okay. Whatever. We'll figure out all the rest. Sorry, guys, I need to bring this up, throw the chat in. Could be a zombie tiger, but then I gotta draw in the rest of him. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our piece of tracing paper. Said tracing, or I can just draw with my pastel on the back of this and then lay it out. That could also be very easily done, considering should I just do that? That'll probably be the easiest way to do it. I really need to like define some lines here then. Finalize some stuff here. Just trying to put in some of these staple points. That way when I draw it, it can be a little bit different, but for the main part we want them to be pretty similar. Whatever, I'm not really super worried about that edge. This side is a little bit wider than our side over here. A little bit. And I can fix that if I need to. Alright, next part is let's Get our canvas out. That's nice, bright, and purple. Our tiger's gonna look great in the center here. I don't know what's going on today. I just can't keep anything straight. Okay. So with our color test, we decided that our pastel was the best way to go for the transfer onto this. Let's zoom out. There we go. We're gonna transfer this guy over here somewhere. Don't forget I need to put on his ears. So to get the full effect, we don't want him too high. We're gonna actually bring him down a little bit more because we really want to leave some room for our UFO. Okay. I'm going to place it somewhere in the middle. That looks about good. And even though our picture isn't completely centered, that's pretty good. Okay. Our next step is to color the back of this white. And again, for this step, I should probably I'm probably going to use my iPad for this next step again, just because that's just the easiest way to do it. Yeah, it's more symmetrical. We're going for the world's perfect symmetry. Yeah, right. I can't even see things symmetrically, so good luck to me. Okay, we're keeping on. Let's go to our pastel. Let's go to our iPad. So, like I said, white screen it for your iPad. There you go. I got a white screen here. I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to flip it over. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my pastel since I know that one works the best. Ooh, and I've never really worked with pastels, so if I get that for our next challenge, it's going to be an interesting thing. But we'll be okay. Alright, so now I'm going to color over all the white areas with the black areas with my white pastel. And I'm kind of doing this in a regular fashion so I can kind of know where I've been. I'm going to try to do all of this one side first. This is a really easy way. Again, I'll show you that if we cut back, we don't even need to cut down on lights this time because we're only using one sheet. Like the previous time I was using 2-ply of tracing paper, which just makes it really thick white paper again. So this one is much more subdued, so we're able to see right through it. We need to get all our spots, make sure we don't miss anything. And I'll be able to check it over when I'm done too. You can see the pastel on the paper pretty clearly. I'm going to go over all the parts I think are the important parts. Make sure I get those in. I'm going to relax on our pastel a little bit. I don't want it to disappear before we even get to pasteling maybe this week. Who knows? That's scary. I really shouldn't put on new challenges for myself. I have enough challenges in my life. I feel like adding more is crazy, but it's kind of the name of the game. That's why we're cruising down the rabbit hole. because it never ends. It's just this forever. Actually, I don't really even need the light table. It's just nice to have. Since it's tracing paper, you can see through this side. Alright, alright. Making our way around. Making our way around. So here we go. I don't even need to do this. I don't know what I'm doing. It'll just give me peace of mind that I marked it all. Okay, so I can look through that and you can see, you can do a double check of like where you put things. I did not get the nose, which is pretty interesting. It's a big thing to forget. But everything else looks pretty well covered. I'm trying not to touch it too much too, because pastel is quite waxy. It really is. Okay. But this will leave for a gray transfer. I'll be able to really get a nice clear, hopefully clear transfer. But from our test run, that's what the data shows, but could be a lie. Could be a lie. Could be a lie. We're gonna hope it's not. Trying to do my best. Sometimes when you go like directly over the line though, it's really hard to actually hit it. Like when you're doing your trace over. So if you can, give yourself some space and kind of, you know, lay it on a little bit thicker if you can, if you have the luxury. Some of these markings I want to put in. All right. Already did that part. Okay, what's this too? I want to get on some of these lines that I put in here. Yeah, that side is also done. I'm going to give it a good scrubbing over this area just because that's what I need. So there we have this. This should be ready to go pretty much. Ooh, I missed a few lines here. Just a little bit extra in this area. Looks like everything else is pretty well covered. Alright, next we're going to do the ears. Ears aren't super well defined, so we're going to use our little light box here. If it would just stay. There's probably a trick. I mean, you could always put it as your home screen. Okay. All right. Perfect. Good. We're doing great. Everything's going well. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to trim this and I'm going to finalize a few things. Okay. So here we go. Click this off. Back out. Sorry if you guys couldn't see that. I apologize. I really should just leave my camera position in one spot. But I'm always trying to, like, you know, just get a little bit better of a show for everyone. I'm going to put this one, since it's already pre 1.5 squared, I'll just leave it in there for the next time I gotta blow something up. Alright, so here we have that. We're gonna put this supply down. What time is it? It's 8:30. Haven't even got to painting anything. And we're going to tape our head back together so that I actually have ears. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Now the real reason I cut it was so that I could see it much better on my board, and to do that we're going to need a few things. And this is a moment of truth, because once we put it down we're pretty much committed to what we're doing. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh dear, Twitch is doing something. What is Twitch doing? Did I get a new follower? I always like that. Oh no, it's because I'm not paying attention. Where's my channel? There we go. 18 days ago. Followed me. I made a cool sound though. Maybe got a new follower on Facebook or on YouTube. Either way, everything works well. Okay. Next up, putting our zombie tiger down. Here we go. We need to draw this and transfer it into the center of our page. Somewhere in there. Pretty low actually. I don't really want to paint a lot of our tiger if I don't have to. It does need to be centered though. So that's kind of a crucial part to this whole plan. But we can do that because we have a lot of guidelines, so we're in good shape. Okay. Use the big brain and figure some stuff out. Okay, big brain tells me to, I know. It's like I leveled up but leveled down. Like it just got harder, but it got easier. Again, we're going to take the last 15 minutes to pick our new subject for this week, roll those dice, and try the new project. I know it looks like I'm getting real far behind, and I may be in too deep, but I don't care. It doesn't matter. We're gonna continue on painting. We're gonna finish up what we started, and it'll be fine. Like, there's no way I can keep this up. I didn't account. I need to take like a bye week or something, like the football players do, because 52 weeks straight of work is gonna be too hard anyways. I mean, I can do it. I've done more. I've worked more jobs at once and been responsible for more. But I don't know if that's practical, right? Like, just because you can do more, is it what you want? Okay. But first things first, let's do some measuring. Oh, that made a cool sound. First things first is canvas is 16 by 19 and a half. 16 by 20. Okay, fine. 16 by 20. Meaning that if it is 16, the middle of this canvas is at 8 inches, which we can mark easily with our colored pencil. 8 inches. Right there. Okay, good, perfect. So that would go there. If we're lining it up, which we are. And then 8 inches. Good, perfect. Look at that. Boom, boom. You need so many different tools for so many different things. Like, you're really gonna have daft. Okay. That's telling me it's center. All things considered, that's saying, hey, we are centered now. This tape is so old it feels wet, which is pretty gross. But the sticky has just become part of the tape. Like, it's become that old, like, dried in the sun sticky. I'm gonna still make sure we're on it. We're good. I should probably level it out too, huh? Make sure we're even, right? So that's good. And that would mean, like, technically we're level. Where's my little ruler though now? Oh, I don't see it. I don't feel it. It's probably underneath everything. It's not. I don't know where it is. I don't care. I don't care. We're just going to transfer. All right. If we could get all the books back. Okay, I just made a giant disaster for myself. But I just totally redeemed myself. And then totally messed everything up again. Okay, hold on. Give myself a second. What I need to do is I'm going to look. This piece of wood fits exactly in this slot, pretty much. Plus or minus a little bit. Okay. So, wait. Plus or minus a little bit. Can I get it to plus a little bit more? Oh, I can. That's it. There we go. It's a flat surface. Perfect. Great. And now it's like solid. Fantastic. Now, back to our lining up. I'm going to line it up at the bottom, so that makes that easier, because that head's still a little bit off. And then we are going to line that up because I can see it through there. And we're going to stick it down. Okay. Next step. Let's go. We're making progress, and that's all we can ask for. Sometimes in life, that's all you can ask for, is just making progress. Is the project going to be complete? No. Are you going to be happy with it? Probably not. But are you making progress? Sure. Just a little bit of progress every day. And eventually, they'll all be done, or you'll be dead. And it doesn't matter if they're done. It doesn't matter at all. Although you don't want, like, I mean, I guess if you're dead, then it really is finished. Like, all done. Put it away. I keep telling my friends, like, I don't know anything's finished. I'll just keep working on it forever, because it's just the way it goes. Hey. Don't get all spunky on me. This is a color text, general. This is pink. Should I go for pink? Let's go tiger pink. So, oh man. It's not a very good color because I can't see it. What color that I can see? There, it made that noise again. What's happening? Let me see alerts. What do the alerts say? Can't read them. Is there a Restream bot like doing some things? I don't know. Okay, well, don't bother me right now because I gotta handle this. Otherwise, it'll never get handled. So we're gonna come down here. We're gonna try not to press all over it. We're just gonna draw in what we need. Oh man, I started with the harder side first. It's moving a little bit, which is not great, but it's okay because we'll get like our main. Just need to get our main outline. It's gonna take a second. All right. much time do we have? Okay, it's 8:36. So let's say we need 15 minutes. That gives us, that's 8:37. Gives us 8 minutes to finish this and to get started. It's okay. We're gonna get it done. We're gonna move quickly. Move quickly and have a heavy hand. That's my plan right now. Okay, good. Let me see something. I should have the donation alerts. Everything runs. I wonder what the alert is. I don't know. Alright, anyways. We'll figure all that out later. This is kind of like a smooth line. I feel like that's pretty much all of that side. Okay. Just gonna take a little sneak peek. Eeh. Danger, danger, Will Robinson. Okay. Let's continue. I'm gonna hit the other side in blue. Blue, blue. So just a quick run around. Oh, that's actually not necessary anymore. I mean, it'll be white underneath no matter what color it is up here. So that doesn't really matter all that much. I actually got to end the stream on time today. So I got other things I got to do. The car not starting this morning really set me back most of my day. So it was unfortunate, but I got it running, so that's always good. It wasn't a major problem. But this morning when I had to go to work, it was a major problem. But at least I got to work, did what I needed to do, came home, worked on the car, figured out what happened. The dumbest thing happened. I went grocery shopping yesterday for all those eggs and things that I dyed last night, and my passenger door was ajar because I put everything in my passenger side of my car yesterday when I left the grocery store. And when I came home, I guess I didn't close it all the way, and it drained my battery. So it wasn't dead this morning though. It like would almost start, which was annoying. So I thought it was a different problem. But that's what happens when you own a car, especially an old car. But I got to ride to work. Got everything happened. Someone gave me a ride home, which is nice of them. Everything worked out. I don't need that anymore. That can go. But it sure did stress me out all day. Couldn't concentrate on a thing today while I was... I did a pretty good job on concentrating on all sorts of things today, let's not lie. But I was having a harder time concentrating today than I usually do. Let's just say that. And we have all our tough classes today too, so it makes it even harder. Computer science at 7:50 in the morning. Oh, it's like Python programming in the morning. I can barely write English. Python's a whole nother language. It really is. It's like all coding is completely different language. It's like machines talking to themselves, bouncing information off each other, trying to like figure something out. It's like the craziest process on how programs are written, and how intricate they have to be written. Like, if you want this, I just don't even want to get into it. We're not talking about it here on the stream. No, it's fine. I do need to go get a battery, but one of my coworkers says that batteries are cheaper at Costco, so he said that like we could go to Costco. He might take me. I might hit up one of my roommates too, because one of my roommates has Costco card membership. Because I don't really want to drive all the way out to Linwood, although I do need a new pair of shoes. I don't have any disposable income though, so that's unfortunate. What I really need is some mustache wax. Let me talk about that, because I am so low. So I have to get on that, either get the recipe and order supplies, or ask my mom to make it for me because she makes some pretty killer mustache wax. I just have to ask her. I was supposed to... Yeah. I know what battery I need for that car. I actually have another battery sitting in the exact same car right in front of it that I could use. But I would like to just put a new battery in the one that I recently purchased so that it's well maintained. I'm not using old parts or a lot of old parts. Most of that car is made out of old parts. Alright, so I think that's it. That's the game. That's our tracing. Looks like we traced everything. Not seeing anything we missed, really. So we're gonna peel off our... Oh, I see something I missed right here. As soon as I lifted it up, I was like, whoops. Maybe there's probably just no pigment on that part. Okay. Same with that. Alright. Pretty good though. Not bad, not bad. It came out. It needs to be touched up. It needs a lot of work. But there is our basic map for how everything else will go down. Not too bad. It looks off, but I'm gonna trust it. I really wanted to get to tracing this today, but I guess that's not gonna happen tonight. I will do that here in the very near future. I'd like to get like his nose dialed in right there and some other things. Kind of section off the middle of his face here and kind of figure out what's actually happening. I don't actually know what's happening in this photo. Like, why is only half of his face being... Which way is the beam coming? Is it coming from this side and like just getting this corner, the top corner? Probably, right? Nope. Might be coming from here, getting this side. It's gonna make it real off-centered. I don't know though, but we can't talk about this one anymore. We have to move on and roll our dice for our next project. And I'm just gonna leave that board in the back of it, which just makes it real nice for now. Oh, actually, I should probably take it out because it stretches it just a little bit. There we go. Take the board out real quick. All right. Time to do what we need to do. All right, let's jump over into, hold on, real quick. I just need to move this over. We are going to go to this real quick. We're going to go to this. You guys need to be jumped back into our desktop version. There we are. And here we go. So let's pick our, let's just give it our normal thing. We'll still continue with animals until we find something more interesting. Animals are always interesting though, because they're all so different. They're just all so different. Okay. Dang. Nothing the same except for giraffe. And the funny thing is when I started this episode, this whole project, I didn't roll the giraffe. I pick the giraffe. It's actually my brother's favorite animal. But we got 8 minutes. Let's do all we got to do. So please replace the giraffe with another animal. Boom. Hit it again. African lion? Okay, we're not doing the lion. We're doing the tiger today. So that gives us that. All right, and then here we go. All right, so we have that, and it's actually lined up today, which is great. Split screen, boom. There we go. Zoom it in. Everything's going great. This is how the episode should run. All right, we are done with tigers. Oh no, this is bad. We're done with tigers, and we got a couple new things to write on here. So let's give it a good wiping down. Let's start over new. We don't have much time. 7 minutes till blast off, and we are ending this stream on time tonight, even though I started it late. It's okay. No one's paying for this, so it's all right. No one's losing out. Seems right if you want the bone side to be in the shadow. Looks more sinister. Yeah. I gotta see what it needs to do. I was trying to do an X-ray, which always I don't understand. We need to do a little bit more research. Okay, so here was our plan. We have our animals, which we'll always roll for. So let's put our animal down here at the bottom. Right. Good. And we're gonna write animal. Right? I wish that Crayola thing wasn't there. Crayola? When your branding is like 1/36 of the real estate. You know, it's a pretty solid chunk there. And animal. And we're going to put our little dice here because we like to do that. What number we rolled. Okay, and then I got something new. So, where did the blue go? So we have green. So we're going to do types. This is going to be, I could either get pastels or alcohol markers. And then we can either use paint or we can use paint pens. I'm going to really make a discerning factor on those this week. It's either I'm using paint, which is paint brushes and golden acrylic, or I'm using Poshkas this week. I'm not going to flip in between the two because they both have a lot of different texture and values, and I kind of want to just stay with one or the other. Okay, but that being said, if we get one of these two, so just like in coding, if we get one of these two, our choices now become paper size. I'm going to roll for paper size because we're going to have to be doing it on paper. And maybe I'll just roll 3 dice for paper size just to make it real interesting. We can get some bigger sheets of paper or we can get some smaller ones. I don't know. And this is we're just testing it out for this week. And then so for Poshkas and paint pens, we're still going to roll for skateboard because we still have some more skateboards. And we still have some canvases still. It's going to turn into recycled everything pretty soon because we're running out of brand new good supplies. I should have started off with the recycled stuff so that the better stuff was painted on better material, but whatever. anyways, let's not monologue. We have things to do. And if we're going to get to the reading part, we're not going to get there. So these are 1 out of 4. I'm going to just number them correctly since it's our first run, and I did not pick this in any order. And I didn't leave any room also on the edge to write. And then we'll do odds or evens for this. Paper size, we'll roll height and width first. And then, yeah, we got it. We got it. We know what we're doing. Okay, so first things first is we're going to roll for our medium that we're going to use. Okay, now here in my hand, I have a 4-sided die. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but it's basically a pyramid. How this works is that the point has the number it lands on. So it could be a 3, a 4, there's a 4 there, a 1, or a 2. So this is a 4-sided die. Pretty cool. Allows us to do things like that. So this will tell us what type of material we're going to use. So ready, set, go. Okay, so 2. Cool. So this week we're going to be playing with alcohol markers, and we're going to be playing with paper. I guess I could take it from the chat if the chat's up and running, although I don't have time to take it from the chat. I'm going to roll dice, and we're going to only roll 2 because we have them here. So here's our 2 dice. We're going to roll 2. 2 for width and then 2 for length. So here we go. Let's roll for, since we're doing paper size, we need width and height. Right? Okay. This can be a big page or a small page. We're going to be using alcohol markers. Ooh. So our width is 7, and our height oh dear is going to be 10. So it's, oh man, a 10 by 7 is like just a hair shorter than an 8.5 by 11. Really, it's not the greatest size paper, but who cares? That's not what we're here to determine. So let's just check off what we're doing. We're doing alcohol markers this week, which will be fun. I have 126 alcohol markers that never get used, so we're going to be doing it on 7 by 10 high, so a little piece. Okay, and then last thing we need to do is find out what animal we're going to be using, and it is 9 o'clock exactly on the dot. So let's bring up the split screen so we have both. There we go, and we are going to roll the red die since our animal is red today, and we're going to go red. Let's see what we get. Number 1. Okay, so number 1, we are painting the orangutan. Orangutan. All right. And normally we would do like a read through about what the orangutan is and work on some of that, but today we are not going to do that. We will do that on, I would say, the beginning of Wednesday's stream. We're going to take a deep dive and kind of talk about the orangutan. But that's going to be it for this one. I forgot the U. Forgot the U. It happens. It's funny because I'm staring at the... Alright, so straight from the tiger to the orangutan. Man, here we go. Something new to paint, something completely different. But that's going to be it for this one. hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed the transferring and some of the techniques that we used. We're on to week 14, I believe this is, because we just finished week 13. This place is crowded. There are so many paintings in this place right now. I have done 13 paintings up to today. I don't know how I did 13 paintings. There's only been 12 weeks in the year. How many weeks in the year has there been? One, two, three. Oh, started on a Monday. So there was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Mondays. 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, this is week 14. So 14 Mondays we've been at it painting every day. Anyways, that's going to be it for this one. We will see you guys next time. I will be here painting in the workshop tomorrow, hopefully working on the tiger. I'm really going to try to put some time into the tiger as I get prepared to work on the orangutan. But I have to get pictures ready. I got to do some research, which we'll be ready to talk about on Wednesday's episode. So if you want to tune back in, it's a great time to tune in, and we won't be doing that until like 8 o'clock. We'll start really talking about the new project. So 8 o'clock on Wednesday. Other than that, I'll be in the studio working if you see me on any other time. Anyways, that's going to be it for this one. Thanks to everyone for watching, and hope you had a good time. And we'll see you next time. Good night.